Hey everybody, today is December 16th and it is getting really cold outside. In the next few days it's gonna drop down to the 20s. So what we're gonna do today is overwinter some of the plants that I have here. Actually just two. We're gonna show you how to do this one. This is a very special plant for me, so I'm gonna strip this down, cut it down much lower to the bottom, and then we're gonna transfer that into a smaller bucket because I have very limited space inside. So when you do overwintering, the very important thing to know is that you don't want to bring pests inside. There's a few ways that you can safely bring it inside and prevent pests like aphids from multiplying everywhere. And the easiest way is to use neem oil. If you have neem oil and soap, just spray the tree down. You're gonna have to do some trimming, so let's go ahead and begin. We're just gonna go ahead and chop this down. I'm going to take you through the process and show you what's happening. Let's go ahead and start trimming. I have one fruit that is semi-ready, so I'm just going to pick that and save this. If you just pick it like this and leave it at room temperature, they will continue to ripen. And if you don't want it to rot, just remove this section right here like this. This is always the part that molds first, so if you remove that part, the whole pepper would dry, and you can eventually collect seeds from this if you need to. So this is how I do it all the time. So it works really well for me. So we're gonna cut it pretty low. Okay, so the plant has been completely stripped down. So the next thing we'll do is take this out of the container there, reduce the root ball, and then put it into a smaller container. This is the root ball of the plant, so we can wash this down, cut some of the roots off, and then we'll transplant it. The best way to do that is get a hose. Okay, we're gonna strip some of the roots off from the top. And now it's much smaller. So there we go, see how much smaller it is? Now we can transplant that into a bucket like that. So let me go get some soil. Okay, and now fill the top layer with more soil. There we go, we're all finished now, so we're gonna go ahead and rinse off the tree. So just lean it and just wash it off. There you have it. That is how I overwinter my plants. So what I'm gonna do now is let this sit here for a little bit and then let the water dry down, and then when I take it into my tent, I'm gonna spray this down with neem oil on all the branches just in case, to get rid of all the pests that may still be there, and that's it. Okay guys, here it is 12 days later and my plants have started to sprout new shoots. So 12 days ago I cut basically everything down, and then there were no little shoots as you can see in the early in the video, and now all these little tiny shoots are starting to sprout. The container is pretty small. Now check out something cool that I did to this plant along with overwintering. I took two of my other plants and I cut the branches off because I mean it was getting cold and I didn't want to waste the branches. So I decided to graft some of my crosses onto here. So that's one of my cross right there in this little bag, and then that's the other one. It's been 12 days now and the plant or the branches are still looking good. So if they sprout and the union took and this become two branches of different varieties, then I will come back and show you in a different video. But this plant now has 3 grafts. So those are the 2. We're not sure if those took yet, but the branches are looking good after 12 days. And here is the graft that I did a long time ago. You see there? I show this tree in another video, so if you want to see it, I will link you in the description. So the bottom of this plant is a Trinidad Scorpion Cardi, and the top here is the Bleeding Bark 9, and that's where the graft initially was. And as you can see, the union healed up really nicely, so you can't even tell that it was once a graft. But you see there, I cut the branch in half and insert the top part into there, just like I did to those. So this is going to be a very interesting tree. That's why I decided to save this. It's a very special tree to me. So anyway, as you can see, overwintering is very simple. Just chop it all down. These pepper plants are just amazing plants. They will come back if you don't damage too much of the roots. And for this plant, as you seen it early in the video, I chopped a bunch of the roots off. I just leave enough for it to survive, because when you cut the top off, the plants don't need that many roots remain in order to stay alive. So this is the only time that I recommend cutting roots, because the roots are the most important part of the tree, because that's really what's feeding it and allow it to grow as large as some of the tree that you've seen in my videos. Many people have asked. But anyway, there it is, overwintering, taking the plants outside indoor, and there's no pests because I sprayed it down with neem oil. I washed it off and I made sure that everything is fine. So it's sitting here under my tent doing great. And the most important thing about taking your plants inside is providing it with adequate light. So if you don't have sufficient light, the plant may struggle and start to stretch and become tall and skinny. So if you have good lights to mimic the outdoor, your plants will grow as beautiful as these here. So there you have it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below, and thank you so much for watching.